Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to pull in a travel authorization into an expense report. If you don't know how to create a travel authorization, check out my previous video where I show you how to create a travel authorization. I'm going to start now by selecting the path that is needed. Now I'm going to select the employee that I'll be working with. You can search by employee ID or by name, last name of course, and click on Add. And we're now in the expense report screen. Before we get started, please keep in mind that there are a few things that need to happen before you create an expense report. Your teacher needs to complete an RTBA known as a request to be absent. You need to create a travel authorization. Your principal needs to approve the travel authorization, and the teacher or staff member must have returned from the trip. All of this must happen prior to the date of the trip. If for some reason a teacher ends up going to a conference last minute and you find out the following day, you no longer need to create a travel authorization. Your teacher simply needs to complete an RTBA, and you must have your principal sign it, and you can proceed with the expense report. Also, let's say you create a travel authorization close to the date of the trip, and your approver is away or unable to approve the travel authorization prior to the trip. If this happens, you will no longer be able to pull the travel authorization into the expense report, because travel authorizations cannot be approved after the date of the trip. So pretty much you've lost all the information you've entered in your travel authorization, and you will now have to enter all of the information and expenses again. If either of this happens, remember, you can save yourself some time by choosing to default the account for the entire expense report. After completing the top portion of the report, start entering your expenses like so. And you will notice you now have this section down here to enter your account number. If you want to default, come up to Actions, select Default Accounting for Report, and click on Go. And you will enter your account, and once you're done, simply click OK, and your account should populate for each expense. Okay, I went ahead and refreshed my screen, and I'm now ready to pull in my travel authorization into my expense report. Go ahead and go to Quick Start, Travel Authorization, click on Go, select the approved travel authorization, and now you will see that the expenses are listed below. At this time you can make any changes if needed. You can also add or remove any additional expenses. You will no longer have to enter your account because it's there from when you created your travel authorization. Okay, so now you're ready to attach your receipts, and you can do so by clicking on this attachment link. Simply click Attach, Add Attach, and you can upload all of your receipts. It's very important that you remind your staff to ask for receipts for all of the expenses that they listed on the travel authorization. They must also bring you receipts for any new expenses that they encounter while on the trip. All receipts must be turned in whether they're expecting a reimbursement or not. Also, it's helpful if you've scanned and saved your receipts prior to starting your expense report. In this tutorial, I will not be attaching any receipts. So once you've attached your receipts and made any corrections to your expenses or added any, you're ready to finalize your expense report. So you can submit it by clicking on Summary and Submit. Once you're here, if you feel you have to go back to make corrections, you can still do so by clicking on Expense Details. And you'll return to the expense report screen. You may also choose to save your work for later by clicking on the Save for Later link. So now let's go ahead and submit the expense report. By clicking this box, you're going to certify that your expenses are accurate. Then you will click on Submit Expense Report, and that's it. You have now successfully submitted an expense report. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching.